Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Let's get that a little bit. Okay. Hopefully everybody has had a good week so far. You're going to be getting stuck in with some embroidery today, guys. I know that sounds thrilling and all. But it's been a crucial part of my practice, so I like to keep it that way. It's something that's driven my art practice and everything I've done for a long time. Scissors. There we go. Just gotta find the supplies. Hi, hon. Wife joining the chat. Love you. Oh my goodness. We're having fun. But yeah. I was gonna get the light from above turned on. A little more light there. And honestly, we'll turn that guy off. Not needed now. So we're going. Alright. I have really been enjoying these streams, guys. I know even if everyone's just popping in, love having you here. Honestly, it's been a highlight for my week. Getting to pop in, even just showing a brief little insight into my creative practice. So you guys are awesome. Yeah. Cool. We are trying to hit some goals. I've been posting goals over on Twitch. Honestly, if I can get my first follower on Twitch, that would be super freaking awesome. And TikTok. All right, we are apparently canceling the TikTok stream tonight because I don't know what's going on, but TikTok and OBS just do not want to cooperate. So that's a shame. Yeah, it's already kicked off into something else. Okay. We're going to figure out a solution for that. Because I really don't want to restart this stream. But that's all good. You guys are here. Audio and video much better today. We are rocking the new OBSBot Meet SE, and I freaking love this camera. I currently just have it mounted on top of my computer, but it's got a little thread in the back that I can actually put on a tripod and have it be a lot more useful. I also got to figure out where I have my 6 foot or 12 foot, I forget which cable. So a lot more mobility on my little boom arm that I got up here, guys. But yeah. So yeah, you've been doing good. Like I said, we're trying to really, honestly, you guys have been showing up on YouTube, and I love it. I'm getting very close to 300 subscribers, which is awesome over there. To see all of that and see everyone liking the content that I'm putting out over there. Like I said, Twitch, we just literally started Twitch a few weeks ago. So we're at the point where we're just trying to grow. I took some time and actually, spend some time sprucing up the page on Twitch. My About Me is all set up, which is super nice. It's got that Philly Art Dad flair, which I love. I think we're gonna go chain stitch these guys. All right. Oh yeah. Tonight is all about embroidery, guys. I know this is the thrilling content you've been wanting. But like I said, doing embroidery has been a big part of my artistic practice. I majored back in college when I was doing the art school thing. I did a lot with fibers, and it was really important to my creative practice. So, it's something I keep up even today. And I think it's definitely one of those things that helps set my artwork. Um, oh my God, words and stuff. It helps set my work apart from others. Um, so it's something I enjoy. I don't know how else to put it. I said like the same thing multiple times now, but hey, it works. But yeah, still working on the same pieces that are going to be shipped out to New Mexico for their June circus themed show. That's going to look, you know what? Sometimes you start something and it's a good idea, and then you realize it is a good idea, but you need to do it in reverse. And that's exactly what we're going to do. There we go. So we're going to try that again. Also, one of the neat things about embroidery, you have it envisioned one way, and then you realize, wait a minute, it would look better this way. Just the way the thread works, and it's always a new experience there. It's like right now, I'm doing a simple chain stitch. I'm going to call it the simplest stitch I do. It's definitely one of the more complex one, especially when you consider I'm doing this on wood, but you first knot, fantastic. The results are just so damn cool. There we go. Missed the hole. All right. wife is still viewing on the YouTube. Thank you so much, hon, for allowing me the ability to do what I do best. Or at least figure it out in this sense. I love you. Smoker, midnight talker. Get that turned up a little bit. We are barely started this piece and we're already 2 notes in. So I don't know how well that bodes for me, but we will push through. These pieces have been turning out really good. The painting was great. The embroidery is a little different because I'm using these shaped panels, so it is it's a much more awkward uh, piece to work on when embroidering. I tend to work on mainly like simple geometry shapes, your squares, your rectangles, the occasional circle. Hell, I've done a triangle piece before, but generally speaking, whenever I'm working on them, the geometry is always regular. These panels I got from Trekell. They were god, a collaboration between Trekell and Mab Graves, and they came like right at the perfect time when I was still fleshing out ideas for a circus themed show. 'Cause honestly, like one of the things I love is when I get a new theme from a gallery, it's always the more obscure it is, I feel the more I don't know. It's a nice challenge to say the least, and that's definitely something I look for in doing shows. Is how much of a challenge is this going to be, um, and do I think I can successfully make something new at the end of the day? Um, but yeah, but we are doing so far. We got the first few stitches down here. I think I might want to try to flesh it out a little bit because it's current. Like I love the chain stitch. It's just looking a little thinner than I'd like, so we're gonna see what we can do with it. But I'm gonna continue going forward on that. Um, just seeing how I can do. We are doing literally just a halo of swords on this go round, which when you got a piece called the Sword Swallower, it's pretty spot on. Yeah. Still looking a little barren in chat. Hopefully we'll get some more friends in here soon. Like I said, still trying to hit that 1 follower goal over on Twitch. So if art and just kind of chatting anything, I mean, that is the best place to find me over there. On YouTube, we're aiming for 300 subscribers. We are about 20 away from that. I'd love to be able to do it without having to trash AI every other week, even though it's not a problem. I will gladly dunk on AI art as much as possible, as they wholeheartedly deserve it. But, you know, I'm more than just a rage bait channel. But at least on the plus side, our art community here has been amazing with their response to AI art and just the absolute shit show that is. People have been stepping up. I love all of the starter kit trends that have been going around and people doing their own actual version. I highlighted a few of those people in my most recent video, which if you have not seen over on YouTube or TikTok, I highly recommend doing that. I recommend doing the YouTube version, especially if you're already there on YouTube, just because I've been trying to get a lot more traction on YouTube. TikTok's been pretty freaking consistent, so that's been great over there. Like I said, the YouTube growth is where I would really love to see the effort put in. But yeah. Other than this, it's been a pretty productive day, at least. Other than my kid's haircut place is moving, so I've got to figure that out. We're getting that, but yeah, got it. He helped clean the car today, which desperately needed that, as I am currently parked under a tree that has a large nest of birds there. So you can picture what that used to look like. Not a fan. Right, that is looking sharp. Hell yeah. think we might do just a basic running stitch up the side of each embroidered blade, just to give it a little more definition. Maybe in a different color, maybe a white. I think that would look cool. Do like an almost gleaming edge on the white on the sword. That could actually really, really help sell some shit there. That would look cool as hell. But I'm gonna finish the gray. This is one color at a time. Come on. Additionally, if you're in the chat and you ever want to know what stuff I'm using for both my artistic practice, the content creation stuff, I do run a Bendable list. It's called. You can find all the gear I use, all the art supplies I use, and just a few other of my favorite things. Just Philly Art Dad over on Bendable. You can search my full name, Michael Weaver. But yeah, I never want to be the kind of guy who just tries to gatekeep shit, because that's not cool. I like sharing the stuff that I use, the materials, any kind of gear. If there's something that I find that I really like, it makes absolutely zero sense to hide that away when someone else could be could be in need of the same stuff that I am using. So highly recommend you check it out. Link in the bio for YouTube and Twitch. Easily found right there in the About Me section, or like I said, right at the top of the page for YouTube. Come on. Come on. The one thing about embroidering wood over like regular old fucking fabric is there's nothing that's like grabbing the needle when you put it into the fabric. There's that friction, but nope, not here. Here you kind of got to balance it to help everything kind of squared away. I think we're gonna have to get a new thread. We're running low on this one. I think what we're also going to do in a little bit is we're going to pause the stream. I'm going to reposition the camera so you guys can have a better view of what I'm doing down here. Which, with this new camera, I can easily do, which is so nice. Stitch. All right. So, like I said, I think we're going to quick pause the stream. Forgot this new camera zooms in like that. Sorry. Can I get it to recenter me? Nope. Sorry for the vertigo. We're going to adjust the camera so you can get a better view of what I am actually working on down kind of in the lap area. That's going to be a great picture, but gives you a better view of what I do, and especially this stage, which is not something I get to share a lot with people who see my art in galleries, online, or hell, I think in my videos I've shared the most of it because I can. So like I said, we're going to be right back with that after we reposition the camera, and we'll go from there. So catch it in a few minutes. All right. Hopefully, this isn't going to be too awkward while we do this, but this is going to hopefully give you just a bit of a better view. Yeah, I'm going to need to definitely look for that longer USB cord, USB-C, because I will need that to run that. But we're good. Let's get some more thread. That is not the right one. There we go. Threading the needle there. Quiet stream tonight. I can deal with that. Considering each of these streams has been a learning curve for me, not a huge deal. Hopefully this will be probably the best. No. I was going to tie it off. That's why I didn't do that. Cut that. One more time for good measure. Goddamn. Yeah. And more. I think I may have grabbed just a bit too much. This generally happens when I'm working with thread, especially when I work with a thinner stuff like I've been doing recently. But not number 3. Okay, let's go. I will say one of the things I love about this kind of panel that has this kind of rabbited edge. I'm going to try to get a little more on there. I have this nice unvarnished area I can grab on to, because a lot of times when I am handling a piece that I've already varnished, the varnish takes on fingerprints so fucking hard, and it's quite possibly one of the most annoying things about the embroidery process. And there it is again. More knots. All the knots. Again, I should know better, but that would require a smarter man than me sometimes. Yeah. Definitely going to find my much longer USB-C cable. Come on. No, no, no. No, no, no. Why are you all twisted? There we go. Averted an issue there. Yeah, whenever that thread gets twisted up, you kind of lose the impact of what you're going through, especially when you're making this kind of chain pattern to, in this case, replicate at least the general vibe of a blade. Come on. Like I said, I think we're going to try to definitely. This show is. These pieces are for sure. That's not until June. So I still have a month's time, a little less than a month's time, till these are due at the gallery. But I've definitely built in enough wiggle room to not only get these done, but honestly, hopefully do something really fucking awesome. What happened? Nope, okay. We're still good. We're still streaming. We're live. All right, good. Sorry. Thread is getting tangled up on my other utensils, and this is, kids, why you should clean your fucking desk. Dear God. I am due for a studio cleaning day in the near future. Come on, don't. Don't be the knot that fucks everything up. Okay, we can live with that. Thread is thin enough that the knot can just go right through. And I will take it. The thread. Oh, that's my last one, so I go through. All right. We're working. We're going. All right. I think. All right. I don't like, this is kind of an awkward position. I think I want a slightly higher angle, which hopefully I can get. So I think we're going to pause one more time. I'm going to reposition the camera so that you guys can actually get a better view of what I'm doing here, because I'd really like you guys to see what's going on. So once again, given a pause, I'll be back shortly with a better video angle.
I'm liking this so much better. It's not perfect, but it's there. Genital archaeologist, thanks for being a robot in the chat. God, those are so dumb. Really? I know I have 0 followers on Twitch right now, but come on, man. I'm Philly Art dad for a reason. Am married, have a kid. Come on. Fucking bots. My desk with a gun in my hand. This is such a better view. Yeah. Much better. I do love the fact that Streetlight Manifesto is coming out with a new album. I will have to check it out. Never pretend, that I'm your man. That's exactly the way that I in the morning with your troubles. Downtown every night I can never miss the stars. You know I'm right, wait so long. All right. Politician. Go. Still want to hit that 1 follower goal over on Twitch. I know you guys are out there somewhere. Would love to see that take over. And if you are on YouTube, that's awesome. Still follow over there. Subscribe to the channel. I am working out what I might want to do for subscriber benefits. So if anyone out there who may be watching the stream have any suggestions for subscriber benefits, please drop them in chat. I would love to hear your thoughts, what value I can provide to the community on a paid basis. Because, would love to get this going as a slightly more self-sufficiently funded kind of deal. Like I said, any kind of money like that from these streams, from YouTube, from TikTok, that I do eventually hopefully end up getting monetized with, is just, I'm going to just dump it right back into this stuff, because this is what's important. Not only my art practice, dude, got to buy supplies, but I want to make sure I keep this funded. so I can do this more with higher quality. Like I said, already upgraded the camera up here. Would love to eventually get a second camera going, so I can actually keep one on my face and one on whatever project I am currently working on. So that would be something I would love to get. Come on, working and rolling in the future of this channel. Come on. There we go. Jingles. Can't touch the varnish. All right. Okay. Did I fucking skip one? I did. God damn. I think I did. Yeah. There we go. Had to backtrack there. Come on. Let's try that again. Come on. God damn. All right. Well, it's bound to happen eventually. Gotta trim off that knot finally. Come on. Well, plus that just means the knot's gone now. I just gotta work back a little bit. Okay, now I have less thread to contend with, but I will have to restart new thread soon. I'm not gonna have enough to do that one on its own. I don't know. Oof. These are the things that I gotta deal with. How is everything going? course I can. Yeah, I will have to figure out that. Honestly, if I gotta do a TikTok only stream, or at the very least just set up my phone, I'll do what I have to do, because I would love. My TikTok community has been awesome, and those guys have really shown up. So I hate leaving them out of the streams, but if OBS does not want to cooperate with TikTok, then that is ultimately a problem. I do know that Streamlabs is a thing, and I can always try that out. I've just already put a lot of effort in here into OBS, so I'd like to continue using OBS, but hey, if it comes to it, it comes to it. And we will make the choice that is honestly best for the stream, as I'd prefer to do multi-streaming if I can. Come on. Okay, now I gotta. Normally I try to wait till I'm at the when I do the change shits. I try to wait till I'm at the beginning of a line, but I am not. I do not have that luxury with this one, though. I think I might just have to start. I think I got it. I know what I need to do. There we go. Excuse me, everyone. There we go. Now we can tighten that one up. Okay, I think we're on the right. Let's get one more stitch in before I... Check. Did it. And one more for good measure. Come on. All right. Bitchin'. All right, we're looking good. A little tighter on that than I like, but we will survive. Like I said, I think we're going to go in and add... Ah, shit. Apparently it was too... you know what? F it, we'll do it. We'll double up on that stitch because I pulled that one way too tight. And there we go. Yeah, that looks so much better. And I think we're going to also then dot all these swords with a nice purple hilt. Got the plan for a nice little knot stitch at the end of each pommel to give it some bulk. But yeah. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. This is what I get when I start these streams at night. It's less about being at night, let's be honest. It's more about running around with a small child all day. So anyone on Twitch, if you guys are scrolling through and you follow other artists over on Twitch, you want to invite them to raid the channel, I would be so down for that. That would make my night. Just to see a few new names that are not robots pop into the chat. Just gonna put that out there. But I get it. Don't you fucking dare. I knew I just tuned into Doomfruit the other day. Love that guy's stream. It's gonna be a help. That's good. Oh man. Excuse me. Black complexion. That I used to literature in the youth to you can imagine. Nope. There we go. fuck? Okay. We somehow looped it around itself. Not my intention. There we go. Fat to the figure. Redo that, move that. Where's the white lightning shoots with fingers? Put the front load. How we doing on YouTube, guys? Ooh. Yeah, it's only a few missed dropped frames. Honestly, I'll take that. Less than 1% drop frames. We're getting this stream better, guys. That is the be all end all of this. As long as every stream I learn something new, I think that is the best outcome. Even if I'm sitting here talking to myself and OBS. But yeah. Do what we gotta do. Like I said, the streams have been going great. I have some feelers out for some new pieces, for gallery shows coming up later this year. I kind of hedged my bets, and at the very end of the day, at the very least, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, even if I'm not part of those shows, I got the panels bought. I've got the ideas. I'm going to make the pieces because it feels like sometimes, like, inspiration's just going to hit. And that's part of this whole creative process. And I'm going to make the pieces regardless. If they are in the show, awesome. If they are not, then we chalk it up, we take the L, and we just keep making cool shit. Which, at the end of the day, is what it is really fucking about. Just making some cool fucking shit. Definitely. One thing I forgot to do, I try to do this before I start the embroidery for, safety reasons, and because I really don't want to accidentally burn any of the threads that I've already embroidered onto this piece. I have a cool little brand that I use. It currently has my Michael Weaver logo on it that I've been putting everything, which I designed. But honestly, I've been loving all the stuff I've been coming up with the Philly Art Chat, especially my Liberty Bell icon. I think I might update all my branding to just align with that, because that Liberty Bell icon is pretty fucking cool. And just having that burnt onto the back of my pieces going forward would be sick as hell. Like, I already got the branding iron, just got to get me that new brand itself. But yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's get more thread and water break. This was a first. Trekell's panels are generally really good. Absolutely love their quality. It was a small thing, but this gnarly knot right here. I don't know if I can have... Nope. That only works with the face, apparently. But, like, this gnarly knot just sitting here. Let me manually zoom in that camera. There we go. This is just the weirdest thing. Like, I've seen knots in there, but they've been generally the more superficial kind. This one is, like, deep in the wood. Luckily, it should not affect the overall quality of the panel and the actual, words and things, the structural integrity. But first time I've had with a Trekell panel. A little disappointed, but that's kind of the risk you run when you do these more, like, this is a solid... How thick are we working with here? Unless I checked. You got half-inch thick panel. That's half-inch. Yeah, that's half-inch. When you're working with that half-inch thick, like, you got some stuff that may be hidden on the interior that you just don't see. Oh, come on. I already got a knot in here before I even started embroidering, you son of a bitch. Oh, that's right. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Had a gap there I did not realize. that's right, yeah. It's Eastern Downs. Bring me to the ground. Dig it. Up in underground. Music, hear the sound. Turn it up and down. Come on. Again. Getting very close to double digits with the knots, and I hate that. Come, there we go, there we go. Undo for me. Bitchin'. Got it. There it is. All right. Every fucking time. Come on. Let's avoid a tangle. Get that keyboard out of the way. That doesn't need to be in frame. This little mini series of these two with the Sword Swallower and the Two-Faced Man. Definitely some of the more interesting stuff I've honestly made in recent history. Pop that one up there. Let's angle it so we don't have that wicked glare. Like, this is from where I was with doing some more like still lifes to these actual characters. There we go. I can get it at the right angle for you. Like, these guys have been really awesome to make. Just the storytelling that I've been able to put into each of these has been fantastic. And just in general, the storytelling I've been doing with a lot of my more recent work has been really fun. But yeah. And honestly, at this point in time, getting to share this behind the stuff is I think the best part about doing all this right now. Sharing the process, sharing what I'm going through. I don't know myself. I'm making my mind up on myself. Hope everyone's night is going good. The weather has been getting so much nicer up here. And it's just been great to get out of the house and not have to put on all the extra layers. There we go. Come on. Cherry, no, yes. Chili grape. Great. Sorry, everyone. Got into that focus mode where I go quiet a little bit. That is my bad on me. Come on. I think if we can knock out all the gray tonight, I will be super happy. That's the bulk of the embroidery on this guy. The Two-Faced Man's a lot more complex of a pattern I'm doing. I have more of a lightning pattern / cracked grass that is running down the middle of the figure. So a lot more organic versus this guy, which is very geometric pattern with the circular just ring of swords. But I really just wanted to try something new. Really just wanted to have some fun. Just that's kind of where I am right now with my whole artistic process. Is I'm really exploring this new path of more character focused work and exactly seeing where that's gonna take me. But yeah. Yeah. I think if you don't experiment with your work, you're really not going to have any growth in your creative process. It is imperative to try new mediums, try new processes, ideas. All that stuff is important to your artistic growth. If you just do the same thing over and over and over again, it's just, I don't know, it's not it's not a fulfilling process, at least in my opinion. Yeah. That's new. Already got some. May have to reapply some varnish in spots, just some touch-up spots. I need to work on my process of getting like perfectly smooth varnish. Either that or honestly fucking move to matte varnish, because gloss varnish shows all the goddamn mistakes. So, or all those little imperfections in the wood. It's just a lot. Honestly, that might be something I try in the near future, is switching to more of a gloss varnish. I have also seen another artist friend of mine, Michael Kohler, sprays. I think he sprays his varnish through an airbrush. Like that might help. It'll also help with the thickness issue I run into. With a lot of this stuff, because you end up getting just variations depending on how thick you are, and if you don't spread it perfectly even, like I have a weird little imperfection in the varnish right down here, which is obviously hard to see on the camera for you guys, but I know it's there and it's going to piss me off. And even though the painting is how I want it, I don't want this varnish issue to overshadow the actual work. Oh my gosh, come on. I'm also going to have to figure out all the oh, excuse me, microphone settings, as we are getting into the warmer months. I got to get the ACs plugged in, and I might need to figure out either the compressor or the limiter settings for the mic pickup in OBS or Streamlabs if I switch it up there. I just really need that multi-stream, and I've been using StreamElements right now as my multi-stream plugin. So if Streamlabs supports multi-stream natively, or StreamElements works with that, I'm down with that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but OBS just does not want to communicate with TikTok, which is a problem. Come on. We're so close to getting back to the beginning with the gray. That is nice. Brainwash. God damn. Give them Butterfingers. Come on. And, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 more swords. Oh, that's nice. This was something also that was really intriguing. Just another progression of my work. I used to be really... And that's what living with the toddlers like. You have that in the background, which I can't be upset with that. But that's, I guess, one of the natural progressions of working with embroidery. I used to very religiously never drill through embroider over the painted parts just because it was just not... It felt wrong at the time. Tight. But yeah, I forget when I decided to just say F it and embroider on top of the painting. I think it was... No, actually, it was a piece for Spectrum at Arch Enemy Arts. Spectrum being their color theme show where every artist got was assigned a color, or if you got early enough, you could pick the color you won. Sometimes you were left with what was left, which kind of was what my deal was, because I was still a new artist at their roster, and that was back in... It was post-pandemic, so like 2001, 2021, 2022. Not 2001. Yeah, I know dates. And I'm just like, this is such an intricate painting that I don't have any clean spots to embroider through. So I pretty much just said, yeah, no, we're just going to do the embroider through the painted parts, just because it's going to be new, and honestly, I was probably going to have to get there eventually. And yeah, sometimes I still don't do it. Sometimes I try to keep the embroidery to the background like I used to. But sometimes, again, pieces like this one kind of dictate going through the painting, because you have so little room for the actual embroidery otherwise, that the embroidery just feels like more of an afterthought than an actual piece of the finished painting, which is what I strive for in this. I try to make sure that any embroidery done feels like it's part of the final piece and not just an afterthought. Come on. Come on. Whew. Do I have enough to do that little sword? Or should I add more? Nope, I don't have enough. That's way too little to work with for that. So we got to add that next piece of thread. Luckily, this should be that last piece of thread I need. Oh, come on. So I am working on... Oh, Banana Man, drop it in the chat in YouTube. Thank you. Welcome. We're just chatting about the overall artistic process right now. Just kind of the stuff we've learned throughout our creative lives and just kind of how they've transformed into what we do today. So, thank you so much. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, go ahead, do that. Super awesome. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, these pieces are actually on their way once I'm done. I forget if... I apologize, too, if you've been in other live streams, Banana Man. My life revolves around my kid right now, so it's like trying to remember every single one who's dropped in. It's been a little hard, but yeah. And if I'm a broken record, I'm sorry, but these guys, this piece and another one in its similar vein, are going to a circus-themed show out in New Mexico at Stranger Factory Gallery. If you have not checked them out, highly recommend it. It is a fantastic gallery. This show will mark my second year working with them. Super great people. On the flip side. All right. Had a momentary brain fart there of what I was actually doing. You gotta love it. Come on. Again, thank you for the praise, Banana Man. That is greatly appreciated. It's really nice just knowing that, the art that I'm making resonates with people. And let's be honest, like, I'm not here to try to I'm not sitting here trying to be like, oh, it's a prolific meaning of like life. Like my art, especially in its current form, has stemmed from I like drawing skulls. Skulls are cool. Let's see if I can make a living out of it. But yeah, that's one of the things I've always made sure to talk about in a lot of my videos. Just when I'm sharing stuff with other people, is that you gotta fucking paint, you gotta draw what you love. If your subject matter absolutely bores you, then what the fuck are you doing? It makes no sense to me. Like, I feel like there are a bunch of people out there who are like, oh, well, this sells. Painting landscapes sells. It's like, sure, but do you enjoy it? Because, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I'd much rather be painting a piece and painting subject matter that I absolutely enjoy than worry about, making sure it sells with the right crowd and all this stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, selling a painting is awesome. I'm never going to knock it. But I stand by the concept of like, if you do what you like to do, you paint what you like to paint, you're going to find your audience eventually. It's just an inevitability. It may take some time to find your audience, but they're out there and they are looking for you. They just haven't looked in the right place yet, in my opinion. Yeah. Come on, I'm right near the end. I do not want a big knot in the middle of this. I was going so well. Can I get you undone? Come on. Come on. Come on. I think this is like my 10th knot I've had, 9th or 10th knot in the thread. And of course this one had to happen, like right as I got a good pace going. Right near the end. Oh, there we go. Fucking got it. God damn. I hate when that happens so much. Come on. Yeah. We're doing so good. Let's see. Can I finish 3 more swords? I got 10 more minutes till bedtime for the little guy, where I'm going to honestly be wrapping up. So I'm going to see if we can't finish these at least the blades for these swords that I'm embroidering before quarter of, so I can actually finish this part on stream. I would love that. That would be fantastic. I'm not holding my breath. I like to wrap up my stream before I go say goodnight to the kid. Out there, still trying, don't you see me? Try not to go so fast that I F up, but I kind of want to get this wrapped up. Before I say goodnight to the kid, then maybe spend some time with the wife tonight. I don't know. Like we got time, so I am in no rush. I might just do some sketching for the next couple pieces that I got working, figure out my next path. Because I've currently got 3 ideas. Cooking in the background. One is more of a personal project than anything. I also got some just honestly, I might take some time for myself to get some mini painting done. Because that is something I have as a hobby of mine that I absolutely love, and I have not had a chance to devote any time to in honestly the past, God, years, like 2 years, I think, maybe even 3. I don't even know if I've actually done any mini painting since the kid was born, come to think of it. So I got no clue. So I might actually give myself just some time to mini paint. And honestly, I might throw that in onto a stream too. Like that could be fun. Just do a regular, or at least an irregular mini painting stream every now and then. Because I think creative hobbies are just as important as creative passions. So like this painting is career painting. This is stuff I do to try to make a living, you know. I got to rely on the gallery to sell it, but this work is for profit to make money. The mini painting is for me, and I'm getting snagged somewhere. I think I see you. Let's clear some of that away. Are we unstuck? Yes, we are. Yeah. We are in the home stretch, people. I got 6 minutes left till that bedtime sound goes off. And I think we're actually going to make it, which is super exciting for me. Come on, don't fucking do... Oh, there it is. Be an easy knot. Yes. Cool. Gotta love when they come out easy like that. Come on, where are you? All right. One more sword. I'm just going to rethread my needle. Top kids, and that's okay. This is a nice short one, so this should be easily done in no time. I just got to remember I don't go so fast that I fuck it up. Get out of here. New York's finest. No, hey. We're all just fucked up kids, and that's okay. Belongs to anyone. You think we're all just fucked up kids. This is. Actually, come to think of it, now that I'm actually processing stuff in my head, I've got 4 pieces that I have ideas for. 2 of them are personal, 2 are for potential shows. Though one of the personal ones I got from an idea of a regular show that Arch Enemy does, called With Love, Your Biggest Fan. And it's one of my favorite shows that I was never able to be a part of, just because of the type of work that I did. I just could never get it to fit. But now that I've developed this new subject matter and just what I've been working with recently, it's been come on. Come on. Why are you this way? All right. Come on. Here's what we're going to do. I'll goof there. We'll make this work. I effed up the knot. Oh well. So I want to make sure I keep that tension. And I think that should do it. All right. 2 minutes to spare. Guys, thank you for joining me on this stream tonight. There's what we got done tonight. We got all the gray, all the blades of the swords started. I'm going to try to dial them in more, I think. Like I said, add some extra spice to it to go just take it just a little further, see what I can do. So I think that's something I'm going to work up on. So I should hopefully see that, and hopefully I have something figured out for TikTok too. But guys, have a good night, and as I always like to say, stay weird, art kid. Later.